We travel this land, pack tight in minivans. And all this for the fans, girls, money, and fame. I played their game and had to scream my name. I will show no shame. I live and die for this. And if I come off soft, then you on this.
Are you scared?
Devil without a cause, and I'm back with the beaver hats and Ben Davis slacks. 30 pack of stroll, 30 pack of hoe. No Rogaine in the propane flow.
It's that time again. Another time. What was that?
That's the weather dab.
It's a weather dab.
You always know what to do with the
I
weather
can't
dab.
do that, man. My chest muscles hurt. So how's everybody doing this week, man? Everybody, hold on, wait, I want to get it on.
We're
doing good.
We're doing
I
good.
think
man.
there's a lot of shameless plugs, right, to started off with.
Yeah,
right?
no kidding.
Hey, it is what it is. We got them in. We're released them today, and it's good to go. So
Yeah.
It came in hot tonight. Sorry.
I would say, since we already got them up, I just want to go ahead and let everybody know that on here, I'll show you. I got the website. I'll pull the website up, but Wolfpack Racing has worked with Big Frig coolers and tumblers to make some Wolfpack Racing with the number 47 Mike Harmon Racing on it. With you got two options here. You can see them down. One's the Distress flag, which I really like. I mean, I like both of them. I think the Distress is my favorite, but the Distress flag here, and then the thin blue line. As you know, Mike Harmon is America's team and a big supporter of first responders, military. And they're on sale at wolfpackracingusa.com. But the most important thing about that is that every one purchase, $10 will be donated to a police organization at some point. I think we're going to try to work with Kyle and around the races and pick maybe a local, like in Daytona, we pick a local charity that does first responder military police stuff, and they're going to receive those donations. So jump over to wolfpackracingusa.com, go to the shop. You'll see the two tumblers and a growler there. Growler also has 47 on the back of it. So jump over there, grab you one of those, support law enforcement, military. Again, $10 of that's coming from Wolfpack, $10 of that coming from Big Frig. So we want to make sure
5 and 5.
5 and 5. Yeah, I'm sorry. 5 and 5.
Math is not
Easy.
Math is not
we
easy.
have Ray because he's really good at directing the show, not because he's really good at math.
Look, I always tell people, man, I was a math major in high school. I took them all twice. That's why my kids. But here's the crazy thing about that, though. Like, my kids will come in and, Mackenzie's doing algebra and stuff, and she'll come in and she'll throw it down in front of me, and I'll look at it and take me a few minutes, and usually I get it right there, and I'm like, why the hell couldn't I do that in high school? Like, I mean, the only reason I got through geometry was my girlfriend was in there, and she did all my homework for me the second time.
Well, probably in high school there was more important things to think about than there is nowadays,
Very true. Very
we get
true.
back to where we can see our big faces.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to keep people looking at the new people coming in, man. I want to make sure they see these cups. But yeah, we can keep. You guys are like, y'all got to have certain, like, people don't even know this. Like, if I were to mix these guys up, if I were to put Andy in Brandon's spot or Brandon in Andy's spot, they have a conniption. They would have. I mean, it would be just. You would think that I'd turn the damn thing up there.
That comes back to the same thing I've said forever. The cleaning lady here in the office, and it's a good friend of Amanda's, and she moves stuff, and it's just something she does. Like, she just moves stuff. Like, the pictures on my desk, she'll move up on top of a gun safe, and then move the stuff from the gun safe to the desk, just so it has a new feel all the time. And you learn a lot about yourself when stuff like that happens, and it's something that I don't do well with. Like, when I come into the office and something's moved, I don't know. Amanda says it's OCD, but I don't know.
Well, I'm like, you look at my desk, and like, nobody can sit down at my desk and find anything. Like, I've had calls from work. I've been out of work now for going on 4 or 5 weeks now, and I've got a couple of texts like, "Hey, where is this at?" I was like, "It's right there on my desk," and this there, and they're like, "What?" Because it's buried, but I can walk in there and just grab whatever I want. So me and Molly always have this little frustration of like working from home now. Like, I don't have a home office, right? So the kitchen table becomes my office during the day most of the time. So like, I'm, stuff spread everywhere. She goes in and tries to tidy it up, and I can't find nothing after she tidies it up,
Yeah, so it always is too.
Yeah, it never is.
So Divers, what's new with you, buddy? We got big show tonight. Maybe we start with that. Ray,
Yeah.
maybe you introduce. We got a special guest on again tonight.
Yep, special guest coming on around 7:30.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I thought somebody asked what was new with me, and then
I
asking what was
I
new
feel
with
like
me.
we should introduce.
Then we
the
moved
show.
to something else.
Like we should introduce the show, and then we'll come back to what we're talking about. Like we got to give props to Mike, right?
Yeah,
okay.
so tonight in about 30 minutes, 30 minutes or so, we'll have the owner/driver, Xfinity owner, Mike Harmon, be on with us. Mike's
The Harmonator.
The Harmonator. Mike's been in the sport for years. We're looking forward to talking to him. I mean, he was in it when it was in the early 90s and throughout today. So he's seen all the changes and the way things have gone. So I'm interested just to talk to him to get some of his insight on how things have changed and what he sees as far as the future of the sport goes too. But he's been a journeyman.
He has one of the worst accidents in the history of NASCAR.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I imagine we're going to talk a lot about that tonight. I mean,
yeah.
Like, hey, for anybody who hasn't seen it, take this opportunity to Google search. What was it, Brandon? You're a statistics guy. Was it 2002?
Yes.
Oh no, I don't know what the year was, but it's just search Bristol Mike Harmon accident.
Yeah,
and
that's all you gotta do.
Don't want to make it a big deal, but it is a big deal because
it's amazing.
It was freaking crazy.
Yeah.
And I can tell you right now, I'd still be laying there if it was me. So pretty awesome.
So
and an ode to safety in NASCAR for sure. Even at that point, and safety wasn't what it is now. At this point, so pretty awesome.
Yeah. He's not the only one that had an accident at that gate like that either. Michael Waltrip
had one.
One very similar to that before they finally made the change to that gate. So, but Mike's was a lot worse because it actually involved another car after he hit the gate. So
within inches.
Yeah. We'll talk to him about that, of course. But we're looking forward to having Mike on again.
Roll Tide.
Yeah, I think he's an Alabama boy. I think he's a Roll Tide fellow.
Are we going to get to what's new with me?
Well,
we are.
As a matter of fact, now
we got all kinds of
right over Divers
coming
because
in.
I don't want to hear about some Roll Tide, but so much tonight.
We got lots of new listeners. Now we're going to talk. We're going to let Divers talk about how proud he is of Roll Tide.
Oh yeah.
No. Did you mute him?
I
think you can mute him.
Yeah, there he goes. He gone.
Yeah, there he goes. He gone. We don't need that. Hey, it's good to see Divers a little bit excited about something, though.
Oh, I'm so excited, man.
So, Johnny Mo Media, man, we're glad you're here with us. Glad you're hooked. We just get up here and have a good time, man. Talk some NASCAR, talk some current events, and just all around Jack Tellery. And I say Jack Tellery because we're trying not to cuss as much.
We're cutting back on that. We'll see how the joke segment goes.
What's the score? It's 2-1, right?
What's that?
2-1, right?
Yeah.
For the cuss jar?
Yeah.
It's 2-1.
Yeah, and I'd probably be up quite a bit, but when you boys bumped it from $0.25 to $1, I'm really watching this, man. It's like being at grandma's house now. I ain't gonna mess with that, so. Anyway, Divers, so let's hear about it.
Let's hear about your week, Divers. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way.
I've had an excellent week. I got to tell you. Started Monday night with the Crimson Tide, the Alabama Crimson Tide, winning the national championship. I mean, a phenomenal game. It was a great game. Some people say it was a bad game. I disagree. I think it was a phenomenal game. I like any game that Alabama just blows people out. And they were the dominant team, and it was awesome. It was awesome to see. It was exciting. It was a bright spot for sure. And in the COVID era for me, I know you guys don't feel that way, and how in talking about the Crimson Tide, but it's been big. Very excited about it. I didn't get a lot of sleep. I only got about 3.5 hours sleep that night. To be honest with you, the game ended, and then you got to watch. The accolades. I mean, wouldn't you? I mean, Ray, if North Carolina, when North Carolina wins the basketball championship from time to time, you stay up and watch all that, don't you?
I just go to bed.
No.
I mean, I know who won. I watch it. I see who wins. Ain't no need for me. Like the Super Bowl. Like, I don't sit there and watch the Super Bowl and see who gets all the MVPs and all that crap. I can read that next day.
When's the last time an Iowa team won anything big, Andy?
I don't know.
Wrestling.
See, that's the difference between Tide fans and the rest of the world is that we've got other stuff going on in our life. We have to live through our college football team or whatever the case is. I don't know. I'm with who was I saw somebody on there to comment Wayne Moore. Like where's their comment? This is my favorite comment of the day right here.
His Tide players take a pay cut when they go pro.
I mean, that is
100% true. 100%.
You know, everybody thinks that the Tide players are just in college for 8 years because they're not smart enough to graduate. It turns out that's how they're
get paid. Yeah, they're ready to retire.
You know, look, I'm not going to take this kind of heat from you guys. All right, we're the best team in the land right now. All right, 6 national championships.
That's all it is.
Hey, 6 national championships in 12 years. So I mean, that's good.
It's pretty good.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's been a pretty boring week for me. But really excited about that this week. So,
come the next morning, we didn't hear from Divers for a while. We didn't know if his family had come and kidnapped him, made him marry a cousin or something like that. You know, to celebrate. We were sure.
Okay. All right. So, you know, it was exciting. Jen was.
James says it's nice to know that my team's only lost was to a national champion. Yeah, so not very much strong.
There's a Buckeye fan. Like I like power football with Big Ten. I mean, I've said, you know, we're talking football a little bit. I mean, you know, being in Iowa, obviously I'm a Big Ten guy. It's just a different style of football. You know, we play a lot more up the middle and things like that. And that's what I've said forever is you take some of these SEC teams that are always so dominant, like I get it as a fan. I don't want to go watch a bowl game in Iowa when it's 13 degrees. But I will say there'd be a little bit different outcome in some of these games if they were played in cold weather conditions. And there's a different speed and a different element to that. Now, I'm sure you're going to tell me that Alabama would be just as good. But tell me the last time Alabama played a football game where there was snow. Like, when's the last time you watched an Alabama football game where somebody was shoveling the damn lines in order to see the markers and stuff?
That's $1 for you, by the way.
No,
I think we determined that damn wasn't $1.
Damn and hell are free.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Yeah,
I'll be honest. I don't remember the last time that they played in snow. But we don't need to. You know, we do what we need to do down south, and did roll my eyes.
Oh yeah, we all saw it. We all saw the eye roll.
Well, you know what? Just let me have my moment. All right, I don't get to have.
It sounds like you had it Monday. Did you get some Dominoes with it?
How do I? No. No, I did not. In fact, I am. I'm dieting. You guys didn't know, but I'm starting a diet. It's an intermittent diet, but I'm gonna start it. Yeah.
What's an intermittent diet?
It means that from time to time I may need to break off of
it. Like what's one of those times?
Daytona.
That's why intermediate fasting works so well.
Yeah, I know. But you know, we'll see. Getting ready to
Johnny Mo Media says, "Remember, guys, football started in Ohio."
Hey, look, Ohio was a formidable opponent, no doubt. They played a good game. Unfortunately, their stud running back, I can't remember the guy's first name, but Sermon. That guy had run over everybody the last 2 games, and unfortunately, he got hurt in the first play, broke his collarbone, which is unfortunate. You don't want to see that, but it made the game a little bit easier for Bama, and we're okay with that. So anyway, been a great week. Really excited about the week and excited about the start of the year. Been a good start of the year. So enough about me, Andy.
Yeah, I mean, I had to travel.
Trey Sermon, that's right.
Yeah.
Johnny
traveled this week. Had to go down to Nashville for some work stuff, so flew down there and survived. I mean, I'll tell you right now, obviously we travel a lot during racing season and stuff like that. I'm excited for race season. If travel stays this way, I wish we could get fans back to track. But dude, going through an airport right now was amazing.
Super easy.
Like showing up, going in, it was easy. I got my upgrades like before I checked in for all of my flights. I'm like, this is fantastic. So
security was easy.
Security was a breeze. I think coming out of Nashville, there was like 10 people in line in front of me. So I had to sit through that for just a minute. But overall, I mean, no, traveled down there. It is different. I mean, in Iowa, in some of these northern states, we're a little more lax, I guess, with some of the things going on with the whole COVID thing. So being down there, having to wear a mask inside buildings and stuff like that all the time was a little different for me. I guess I'm out here in the sticks or whatever y'all want to call it. But no, I mean, overall, just a great week. We've got things rolling. 2 new employees started in the last 2 weeks. So things are busy. And yeah, I mean, just a fantastic week. I'm ready for another one. So Ray, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man.
You got your pillow, Ray?
Nah, man, I went for my checkup the Monday, and they told me I didn't have to take the pillow around anymore.
What'd you do with it?
It's around here somewhere.
Can you show the fans the pillow?
I don't know where it's at, honestly.
I think he should show the fans that he's got his racing headset on. He can put that mic around. I just love that. It's my favorite part of this.
Why do you have to point that out? I mean, I'm just trying to. I mean, it would look silly for me to have this microphone in the picture and then the other microphone around. But plus, probably Discord would be hearing everything I said. So we don't want all that. But no, I went for my checkup Monday. Everything's looking good. Everything's good. I've started my cardio rehab the other day.
What's that look like?
A bunch of 70-year-old people in there and me. Just doing some toe touches and some heel touches and Elizabeth just brings my pillow to show you. Of course, my kids are in there listening to the podcast. Here's my pillow.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. Pillow, that I loved and cherished and hugged and sneezed and coughed into. Yes, just little toe touches, some light aerobics. Just light aerobics. Which it was
when
nice.
You move to the pool.
The pool
is that a thing? You do pool aerobics?
I'm not doing pool aerobics.
Okay, I didn't know.
That is a thing. I mean, I don't think it's a thing for cardio rehab, but I'm doing most. After the one deal, I'm doing everything at home. So I pull up YouTube and follow along. So it's good times. So good times. But other than that, man, just been kind of relaxing, doing some stuff with the girls, getting out of the house a little bit more. Trying to be a little bit more active than I have been the last couple of weeks, get my strength and those things back up. But other than that, it's been good, man. So Amanda said we can do pool aerobics in Daytona.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to do aerobics. I was just talking about somebody else.
That doesn't go in with
Daytona.
That doesn't go in with your intermediate diet?
Aerobics? No. Actually, I'm debating buying a Peloton.
A Peloton? I'd looked at a Peloton.
Yeah,
I think I'm debating on just using an iPad and buying a bike for $300 that does everything a Peloton does, and I just don't need some angry lady on a recording yelling at me.
Apparently, they're not always.
Dude, I can get Amanda out of bed in the morning. She'd be happy to yell at me about ride pads or do this, do that. Like I don't understand. I don't get it. Like I don't understand Peloton.
But some people have to have some different type of motivation, I mean, some people, like I'll be totally honest with you, like Molly will go in there and she's got some subscription to Beachbody or something, so she has access to all these different workout videos. I can't do that stuff at home. If it wasn't for me really needing to do the cardio rehab, I wouldn't do that crap at the house. I need to get because I'm in there working out and I'm thinking the damn couch is right there. You know what I mean? I can sit down and watch TV. I don't need to be. But if I'm at a gym or like even when I was doing jiu-jitsu, like that's something that I worked at and there was a goal at the end of it. You know what I mean? I'm more, I guess I'm kind of goal driven and weight loss isn't a big goal of mine. Although
I like that. I'm going to use that.
Yeah. Although I dropped like 20 pounds in the last 4 weeks, I wouldn't.
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
I would not recommend the way I did
it. Ray's proven to me the best way to lose weight is to have heart surgery.
Yeah, I would not recommend it.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
I'll be Haley says 3 drunk guys in the pool watching NASCAR. Hell yeah.
We'll be drunk in the pool after NASCAR. We're going to watch NASCAR at the track.
I think I'm going to tell Jen, I'm pretty goal driven. Just weight loss isn't a goal for me.
Yeah, I just haven't set a goal for that yet. Like that's how this all breaks down for me.
I don't know. It's just something about me sitting in my house, like following somebody on TV exercising. Just to me, I feel stupid. And even doing the cardio stuff, I'm just like, yeah, this is great. But
what about that mirror? Have you guys seen that mirror thing for exercise where you like somebody shows up in your mirror? That thing's recording you all the time. That's I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm not familiar with that. What is it?
I don't know. It's some mirror. I've seen a commercial or an ad for it or whatever, but it's a mirror you put on and then you exercise in front of the mirror and you have like a live coach who's watching you, telling you what to do. Well, yeah.
I don't want to watch this thing getting
I look at
slimmer.
it as, I've spent 39 years developing this body. Why do I want to go all that effort to ruin it now?
You know, and now, you know, you think about it, just in the last year, dad bods have become the in thing, right?
Absolutely. And I think we're probably three of the biggest studs when it comes to dad bod.
Yeah.
I mean, in fact, we'd be like, if there was an Abercrombie and Fitch for dad bods, we could probably
this idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I knew I'd reach dad bod level because back in the day, all I would wear was American Eagle jeans, right? That I just, for some reason, I liked American Eagle jeans. That was the jeans I wore. And I walked in one day and I'm looking around, I'm like, hey, where are your 36s? And they're like, sir, you have to order those offline. We don't carry anything that big. And I'm like, what? What are you making?
Yeah.
The largest thing we have is a 30. A 30?
Yeah.
I'm about to say some words that might cost me some money, but I mean, it makes you feel real good. Like you walk in and and this was back when I was slim. Like I mean, before I lost this 20 pounds, I was pushing a 38. You know,
that's back when he was winning $100 for top brewer.
That's exactly right.
No.
He was a brewmaster back in the
That's
day.
when I started gaining weight.
Awards.
That's when I started gaining weight, when I started brewing my own beer. there was abundance of 5-gallon corn eggs in my house of beer that just didn't help with any weight loss. So but see, look right there, Amanda said chick dig dad bods. I mean, you can't argue with that. I can't.
Yeah, I know.
Can't do it. So.
That's just permission for me to not do any weight loss right there.
Yeah, Andy, what are you worried about?
Screenshotting that from this show, just so you guys know.
Yes, sir.
There's days where I feel a little bit chunky. I can be like, babe, look, this is what you said, so we're perfect. We're good to go.
We're good.
You know,
you said you were cool with it. It's fine.
Oh, so anything else happened other than we had a bunch of announcements today? Did y'all see that about some?
It's a big day for NASCAR.
Big day for NASCAR. Yeah, they had William Byron. They Exalta announced their new paint scheme, which I'll be totally honest with you, I'm a fan. I like the new paint scheme. It's not the flames. I think flames are way overdone and have been way overdone for a while. Personally,
oh dang! I was
New Year's resolution sale
on the 47.
What now?
What's the New Year's resolution sale?
The New Year's resolution sale? Oh, that's a mattress. Y'all know I've been shopping for mattresses. That's the only thing about me showing y'all guys anything.
Yeah.
Any ads that pop up, y'all see.
You're going to need to put a pop-up blocker on when we're doing these shows because we know what you're searching, buddy. But yeah.
I mean, mattresses. I've got
Why
all
is Reese's cups showing up on your searches?
Where's the Reese cup at?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
That was the future.
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean,
I do notice that the headline though is get a free heart failure handbook. Like, I've been give credit to whoever the guys are that run digital marketing stuff. They're pretty good at what they do.
Look, I have been looking up like heart healthy meals. I'm trying to do what I'm supposed to do, so I don't have to go through this crap. But anyway, I'm trying to talk NASCAR, and all y'all want to look at is my search history.
Well, we have the attention span of like 6-year-olds here.
That is very, very true.
Exalted car. Ooh, a squirrel.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I see the
Exalta.
Haley Deegan thing. Is that on our agenda today?
No, I didn't put it up there, but we can discuss it. That's for sure. I mean, on top of William Byron and Exalta 2311, they announced the DoorDash car. I like these schemes.
It's a good looking scheme.
They're pretty simple. Yeah. They're not way over the top. They're looking pretty good. It's nothing crazy. It's kind of almost getting back to that clean look that had always been. That's a nice clean look. And then Truex and
car. That what do you call it, Brandon? The 23XI.
The 23XI is what you called it, Brandon.
The 23XI car. Yeah, I know. I know it's 2311. I call it like I see it.
You call it like you see it. And then of course Truex and Gibbs, they announced Reesers is going to be on some of the races. Again, clean scheme. I like where a lot of these designers are going. It's more clean. It's more visible as far as the the sponsors go and such. But now I'm a little mistaken with these. Didn't they say they were going to go ahead and move the numbers back this year, or are they waiting they're going to wait on that?
I think it was on a debate, but I think they're talking about that for the 2022 season. Because where did they ran that in the All-Star race at Bristol?
Yeah, Bristol. Yeah, right. I'll be honest with you. I'm not opposed to it as long as it's done right. Now, some of them I didn't like. Like I think Logano's one of the numbers really went into the fender well, so it made the number look weird. And then I think the 42, the number was really small compared to like the logo on the door, so it kind of threw me off a little bit there. But other than that, I mean, it was good.
Yeah, I think there's just some differences in what they're going to be doing with that. I mean, if they try to move that number back, you're going to get cars that, teams and people are going to sell as many spots as they can to fit there. I think the idea is that it's kind of a bigger billboard spot for sponsors because, that's a big portion of where the money and everything comes together for NASCAR. But I think what's going to happen is they're just going to have a small bulletin board of 6-8 sponsors on there, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. I know that this podcast is going to be involved in getting to make that decision.
Yeah, and then Alfredo announced, of course, for Daytona, Speed Cash is going to be up there again. Pretty simple, clean car, nothing too out there. But other than that, that's about it for us. That now, Andy, you mentioned the Haley Deegan situation. Where she was on iRacing the other night. I'm beginning to wonder if some of these teams are going to tell their drivers to get off iRacing.
Yeah.
And she used a derogatory term that is used towards the mentally ill and people with disabilities. I don't know. I know NASCAR's come out now and said that she's got to take sensitivity training. Heading into before the season starts. So, and I saw a lot of mixed reviews on that. Oh, that's nothing, But as somebody that has special needs kids, myself and Andy, you have a special needs son, that hits home, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it does. And, that's the discouraging part about it is you see people that, look, here's the thing is where do you draw the line on this? I mean, you have the Kyle Larson situation, and then they come into this and people are saying, hey, this is different. And, maybe it is different. One affects me, one doesn't. Do I think that Haley Deegan should lose her career or anything like that? No, I absolutely don't. I think she made a mistake. And the reality is, I think that I don't know her at all. I hope she learns from it. And I hope some good stuff comes from this. It's the same thing with Kyle Larson, but I will say Kyle Larson, he darn near lost his career for what he said. Yeah. And I think the reality of it is that as these drivers, as these teams and everything else come together and there's more access to people, stuff like this is going to happen. And, they need to have a grasp on it. And it's something that celebrity people should know. I mean, that's it. When you have people that look up to you, things like that are going to happen and you need to be prepared for it. You need to do your best to not. I mean, I think it's human, but.
Well, I saw, and I'm going to preface this by saying, I think the N word is one of the most horrendous words that can be said. Right. And I think the R word's right up there with it.
Yep.
But you were getting people on Twitter saying, well, it doesn't really bother you unless you're mentally ill. Okay. Well, could you not say that the N word wouldn't bother you unless you're black? I mean, because to me, that reasoning doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think it's, so it's just a matter of society and what personally you think's okay and not, and that's not the case, right? It's got it, like you said, it's got to go both ways. So right now I'm gonna look, Kyle. He said, "What's up, everyone?" Old Kyle Weatherman's on with us.
I was on there.
Yeah, he wants to hear what the boss man's got to say.
Yeah, let's dab. Let's dabs for you, buddy. That's where we're at.
So I just want to say this segment, we're getting ready to bring in Mr. Harmon, and this segment is going to be brought to you by 12-Hour Auction. If you are not familiar with 12-Hour Auction, it's a website of auctions of outdoor, mostly outdoor products. And the auctions are only for 12 hours. So they start at 8 o'clock in the morning Eastern time, 7 Central, and they end at 8 o'clock p.m. or 7 p.m. Central time. They always have great products up there. And you got two options of membership. You got a free membership that, you can sign up, you can bid, you pay shipping. Then you have the option of an elite membership, which is, Andy, correct me if I'm wrong, $39.99.
$34.99.
$34.99 is the elite membership. If you sign up for the elite membership, all the auctions that you win, shipping's free and sent out to you. Some great products. I've gotten several things. I know Divers, you got a walk or something from them, didn't you?
I did, and you know, truth be told, look, hey, I would love to sit up here and make fun of Andy as much as I possibly can, but this is as legit as it gets. You know, I ordered a walk and it came within I think
absolutely.
2 or 3 days.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I was too stupid to read that I needed a big propane tank, which I now have. So we'll get you the reviews back, but this is an excellent site and an excellent way to get some great deals on some stuff that you might not otherwise buy. So yeah, I absolutely support this thing and what they're doing, and excited to be a part of it.
It was interesting when I pulled the site up tonight. I saw this grinder and I meant to bid on it and I forgot, so I just put my bid in on it. So right now I'm winning it, but you know we got a little bit of time. But yeah, so jump over to 12-hour auctions with an S.com. Sign up for the free membership, or like I said, for $34.99, you can get the elite membership. Not only do you get free shipping, but every Tuesday they do giveaways. So head on over, sign up, support them, and they make the dreams come true for your outdoor needs. So with that being said, I'm going to bring in Mr. Mike Harmon. Mike, how are you doing tonight, bud?
Doing great, man. Appreciate you having us.
Well, we appreciate you coming on with us, man. We're excited about what Mike Harmon Racing is going to be doing this year with us as Wolfpack Racing and the partners that we have. And, we've been talking to Kyle and he's excited and I know he's working full time at the shop with you now and excited about, building everything up with the team and all. And we wanted to get you on and get you, some information from you and learn more about you and Mike Harmon Racing.
Yeah, well, we really excited to have Wolfpack with us and excited to have Kyle and Wellman and Bailey Curry back with us. Yeah. Looking for a really good season, improve on last year. We want to improve as much again as we did last year, and you just can't wait to get started. Been working really hard. Got cars going together every day. Hope we get them all. We will get them all done because we got to. But
absolutely,
we're not too bad behind.
Yeah, good deal. Well, we know, like you said, you had one of the best you had the best season you ever had last year, and some great things to build upon. And I know, like you just said, getting Kyle and your other driver back is going to help that, and having Kyle in the shop helping prepare those cars and getting things going. We've been excited to hear what's going on. Some people may not know who Mike Harmon is. Mike, you've been in NASCAR a while now. I think 96 was your first NASCAR race, wasn't it, as a driver?
Yeah, as far as the Busch Series, yes. Yeah. I ran all pro NASCAR. That's top stuff before then.
Yeah, and the all pro. And the all pro is kind of like what the K&N is now, correct?
Well,
or the Menard.
It's like a super late model car.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good deal. But yeah.
So when did you get into it then, Mike? I mean, like racing, was it something that was passed down? I mean, was racing part of your family, or tell us kind of what got you involved into the sport of racing?
Yeah, my dad raced some when I was young, or when I was real young, matter of fact. And I would go to the shop with him, work on the car, and the way he kept up with me, he just sit me in the seat of the car. I sat there and just, I'm racing while they're working on the car. So I was hooked from that age on. That's all I ever wanted to do. So just like Kyle and Bailey, that's it. That's now stuff.
As a side note, when I make it up to North Carolina and I get to come into the shop, I would like to sit in the seat and pretend I'm racing while the guys are working on the car too.
Well, you can do that. You're a little bit older.
Sign me up for that one too.
That's my whole goal of all this stuff. So
Andy, I don't think you're going to fit in Kyle's seat though.
Probably not. We'll figure something out.
And we might have a big boy seat around here somewhere.
Yeah, awesome, man. Awesome.
Hey, Mike, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Davis. You're good, bud.
You've kind of been deemed America's team, and I think that's probably one of the most exciting things about this. And in a day and age now where, I love living in this country. I think we all do. And I think we all love being patriots of this country. We love the back the blue. How did you get into that, and how did that kind of vision come into your head to kind of brand this thing that way, and where do you see that going?
Well, as far as the military part of it, I mean, I can't imagine not having, we couldn't do what we do without the military. We couldn't live the life we live. We couldn't race cars. That's the way I feel about it. Karen brought all that to us, and really brought it to the forefront. I mean, we love, all of us love this country, that. I mean, and what's more American than stock car racing? And then, as far as getting back to the blue, I mean, I can't imagine not having a police force to protect us. I mean,
yeah.
Like I tell people, I probably had 50 moving violations in my life, but I never got a one I didn't deserve.
Yeah.
I wasn't too happy at the time, but they were right.
Yeah. Well, and that's something I think that we really saw when we were talking about, coming on board with you guys, that our clients really support the military, support the officers and stuff. And unfortunately, in today's society, that's kind of going away. And with what you guys have done with Back in the Blue, with the Back the Blue car and all that stuff, I think it's really brought that to the forefront of the fan base of NASCAR and as a country. And I think it's just something great. And we're excited to be a part of that this coming year and continue that mantra.
Well, I agree. And people paid the ultimate price, and they're main crippled for the rest of their life so we can do what we do. I mean, that's the real heroes.
That's right.
We do what we do. We're not heroes. We just live in a dream. But they're heroes to make it possible for us to live that dream. And how do you repay somebody for that? That's the least we could do.
You bet.
Well, and I think there's some cool stuff. I mean, obviously, with the three of us, we're deeply involved in the 47, but we're proud to be part of Mike Harmon Racing and the team. And I think you guys got a cool thing going on with Bailey in the 74 car this year, for Daytona. So, I mean, I think that's public knowledge out, and, there's been posts and stuff. So maybe take a moment just to kind of tell people what's going on with that. I think it's a cool deal.
Well, it is, and I don't know as much about it as I should know about it. Cindy is doing that deal, and it's to bring awareness to everything, all that, and let them know we appreciate it. Don't go unnoticed, and appreciate what they do and all that for us, and just it's the least we could do for them. So, and we appreciate it, and and this is one team with two cars. There's not two different teams, so we all work pulling the rope the same direction. I mean, Kyle and Bailey help each other work on each other's cars. It's just we try to get the most out of what we're doing and make the best of it possible, because we're not racing each other, we're racing everybody else.
Darn right. Yeah.
And I told them they better not crash each other.
Yeah.
That's right. Mike, NASCAR's evolved over the years, right? And I think you represent old school NASCAR, old school guys being in and being involved in building the car, being involved in all the adjustments on the car, and you as an owner just being involved in things as small as pushing the car down to inspection. And I think that really says a lot about you and says a lot about how much you appreciate not only what you've built, but the past in this sport. What do you when you look back on your all these years in the sport, what do you appreciate the most when you look at you just look on your past and you say, what's the thing I appreciate?
Well, I appreciate being able to do what I've done for so long. I mean, I still enjoy it just as much as I did the first time I ever got in a race car. And this last year was my 47th straight year of driving something every year.
Wow.
And that's
awesome.
That's something to be. I'm proud of that, and I'm amazed. I've had some injuries, but they were always towards the end of the season. or never one that I lost the whole season. But I'm passionate about it. I'm in it for the right reason. You know, um, I don't suggest this now, but when I grew up in Birmingham, Alabama, they rode up the streets, at 9 o'clock. So mainly the highway was us. We could do what we wanted to. So we drag race, we rat race, about 14 on up. So that's all everyone to do. And then I got a chance to do it competitively, and I was just practicing the whole time. I pretend this curve is a racetrack, and you'd be shaped like one you see on TV, and that's just what I wanted to do. And I would race you in a dart road for $10 just as much I race you at Daytona for $500,000.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and looking, obviously, you've got quite the picture wall of trophies and things back there behind you. So, one of the things I know that in the late models and stuff, you've got quite a career for sure with victories on there. So, how many victories do you have roughly? And talk a little bit about that side of it.
Yeah, we got over 300 super late model victories. Got five track championships and series championships, and made my living racing for 20 years with super late models. And I tell them, I said, we got to run third to break even. We got to run second. We can eat hot dogs, and if we win, we can go out and eat sometimes. We had to do good. We had the pressure was on us, and I got kind of upset if I didn't win, but now that I realize I didn't appreciate it as much as I should have when it was going on. I appreciate it now. I hate to look at all the pictures and stuff because I miss it. You just enjoy racing, and of course you enjoy having a chance when you pull in the racetrack, knowing you're capable of winning. You do miss that, and that's one reason I stayed there so long. It was so much fun. I enjoyed it, but I could see the handwriting on the wall, and I got opportunity to come to North Carolina and start in the Bush Series, and I knew I'd be a small fish in a big pond, and I just happened to be mature and old enough that I could accept that. Before I probably couldn't have done that at a younger age, but I thought I had to win every time I got on the racetrack, and you about got to, but then then the business part takes over, and but you still you're here for the racing, and that's what it's about.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
So obviously the passion's there, and it's been there for a long time. And this is kind of just a fun question. And this is, when you look at going to the racetrack, 47 years you've driven a car, in some sort of race, and every one of those years, and hopefully, going to be continuing for many more to come. But what keeps you coming back, Mike? Now you're a team owner, you got two cars. What's that moment when you arrive at the track? What's the moment that you just go, yep, this is why I keep doing this?
Well, I love it. Like I said, I used to really love it. Now, sometime now, I tell people it's just a bad habit, but it's not. I still enjoy the racing, enjoy the competition. I enjoy outrunning people, especially this year. We got a taste of it, and we're more hungry than we've been in a long time. And we want to just get in there and make it happen. And Teddy Brown come onto the team, and he's made a big turnaround, and we can't say enough about him, how good he's been, and he keeps Kyle and Bailey straight, and just done an amazing job. And that just kind of happened. It's kind of weird how that happened, but it's been a good union for us for both sides.
Great.
That's made a big difference, and that takes where I can do more of the business stuff and have to worry about the nuts and bolts of it, which I enjoy the nuts and bolts of it more, but you got to do the other part. It's hard to find somebody to spend your money, so it's going to watch you out. But Teddy does an amazing job with the car, and that does free me up. And he's got all the headaches with the guys, or most of it. And it just nothing else does. When you're a racer from the heart, nothing else does it for you. If you're not at the racetrack, you're not really complete.
Yeah.
I guess.
When you look at this year, and this upcoming year, and the things that you've got, you can build on last year, and you talk about getting a taste of outrunning some of these bigger teams. What do you view as when you, if you can fast forward and look at the end of 2021 and say, all right, what makes this a successful year? What are your goals this year?
We want to have more top 10s, more top 20s for sure. I want to finish both in driver and owner points in the top 20. That would be a good stepping stone towards the next stone. And there's not winning some races is kind of far fetched, but there are some races that we're capable. We could look in there and win a race. We had a really good run with Gray at Charlotte, running in the top 5 all day, and we got part because they found out our radios didn't work, and they didn't know half the field didn't work because they were wet.
Exactly right.
We just happened to get caught. So
yeah,
but that Robinson was good, possible first top 5, and that if we could do that and build on the following season, I'd be happy with that. I mean, I'd be satisfied. I'm not gonna be happy to win victory lane, but it'd be a step in the right direction, big step.
Absolutely.
If we put the 47 in victory lane, we'll prove what happiness is for you.
Absolutely, man.
You'll be wearing a smile for a few hours for sure with us group.
So one of my biggest questions for sure is, as long as you've been doing this, in your opinion, there's a lot of good drivers and depends on who you ask and whatnot. But, I've always liked listening to a scanner, and I like listening to guys talk about, what the car's doing and adjusting during the races. And Andy piped down, but Kyle Busch has been one of the best in terms of talking about his car and what it does. In your opinion, who have you come across in your years in NASCAR that have been some of the best to do it?
Well, did I work with, or did I just seen as a whole?
Both.
Well, I mean, I've said this all year. I mean, I like you said, Kyle is one of the best, and I think, and I know they figured this out, but I think that's why he didn't win as much this year, because we didn't have practice and he didn't get the chance to fine tune his car as much. He had to race what he had, and you're only as good as what you're driving, and that I think that practice hurt him more than it did anybody as far as both series. But as far as the guy, I've raced against Bailey some, and I know he was sharp. Raced against Kyle just a little, not much. I think he was in my car. I was in another car, but Kyle, they both work on race cars. They're knowledgeable. They know what they want in the car, and they're two of the best young guys I've seen coming up. They're not in the hall playing on the video games. They're out there working on the race car, and that's where they need to be. I grew up in real close to Hueytown, Alabama, and Bobby Allison's my hero, and Davey was a little bit younger than me, but Davey had to work his job, had to work on the car. Bobby wanted him to know as much as he could know about that car so he could do a much better job driving it. He had telling the guys what he needs in it, and you saw where that was going.
Yeah.
How much success he got soon. So you can't.
It gives me goosebumps.
Yeah. I was growing up my brother-in-law was a short track racer, and he got me into racing, and we I got to the point where I love building and working on cars in the shop more, and I like going to the racetrack. I like the setups. I like doing that kind of stuff. So I get what you're saying, and it was always my father-in-law would always make him work on the car. He would want to sometimes, well, I'm going to go out and raise at the shop. He can take care of it. I'm going out. He's like, no, you ain't. If you don't go work on it, you you ain't driving it tomorrow night. I'll put Ray in it, which I didn't want to drive it. I'm not the driver, except for iRacing. And I ain't even a good driver there.
Ray has to get that iRacing plug in.
Finally, he admits it.
Always got to get a good iRacing plug. But
if Mike's ever done it.
Have you ever iRaced much, Mike, or no? You kind of stay away from that?
Yeah, I kind of stay away from that. Yeah. yeah. I don't do that. Yeah. I'm not much
what he was trying to say he doesn't do that crap. Ray.
Yeah.
I think what he was saying is he doesn't play the
there got to be a little bit of there got to be a little bit of danger involved to get me interested. As stupid as that.
I like that. But I love the fact, like you were saying, that Bailey and Kyle working on the cars and are there, and I do love that aspect of what Mike Harmon Racing's got going on. That's a big thing that I love about it. So look, we want to go ahead and mention this, and I know you probably every interview you ever done, you probably get asked about it, but that's the wreck at Bristol in 2002. Some people listening may not be aware of it. We told them to look it up on YouTube. But that had to be one of the most horrendous wrecks I've ever seen. Just for the simple fact of not only when you hit the open gate, but then the car came and hit the car as well. Can you just kind of run us through some of that and kind of what happened for the people that might not be aware of it?
Yeah, that was a crazy day. I mean, I'll never forget it. I knew I had a tire going down, and as I was trying to get the car around the corner as much as it could, so it wouldn't do as much damage by just hitting the front end. And then I was expecting to, when I hit the outside wall, shoot across the racetrack and hit the inside wall real hard, because that's what you do at Bristol. It's a self-cleaning track. But just when I hit the wall, I felt it start chewing the car up. It was just chewing it up, and I knew it wasn't what I expected. I looked over to my right, and the wall was actually inside the car, so close to me that I grabbed my left shoulder with my right arm, and then I don't remember what happened exactly next, but I couldn't see. I just saw gray. I didn't know what that was, and thank goodness I couldn't, because when Johnny came around the corner, he hit the right side of the car, which was split in half, and it spun it around. I was facing the sun, and it turned the roof behind me, because the roof was what had my vision blocked. That's why I couldn't see Johnny, which I'm glad I couldn't. And then it spun it around, and then the racetrack, was concrete. It was white. It was like 11 o'clock in the morning. The sun was really bright, shining right in my eyes. It was smoking, and where the fireballs went off, where it ruptured. And I just wanted to get out of this thing. I want to get out. That's why I got, I was upset already because it's a brand new car, and I knew it was destroyed. I didn't see what everybody else saw. I just knew it was bad. And I was really upset that my race car got tore up. That's what you're thinking about. And I didn't even really realize I stepped out the right side of it, and I was walking off. And I was going, toward that lead me toward the ambulance. I knew I was okay. But I looked back over my shoulder and saw that big gap in the wall, and I knew there was a gate there, but I didn't remember it, and so I didn't really know what. I was just mad because my race car tore up. It was crazy, Ray, and I've had them that hurt a lot worse, but not nothing that looked near as bad as that. Yeah. But I was extremely blessed.
Were you able to go back, Mike, on that? I mean, are you able to go back and watch that? As far as how long did it take before you really got a grasp of, literally, you were within inches. It's unbelievable.
It was inches. It was inches by the wall. It was inches by when Johnny come by.
Yeah.
But they made me go. I went to the Infield Care Center, told them, they checked me out. I was fine. But it wasn't going to let me drive again unless I went downtown and got checked out at the hospital. And so I did that, and I was fine, like I told them. And then we started to leave, and the receptionist said, "Hey, it's on. I've got it on the internet here." And when I saw it for the first time, that's when I got scared. That's how I realized how lucky, how blessed I was. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't that big a deal to me until I saw it on the screen, and then it was amazing then. But I didn't learn much from it, because I got back to the racetrack. and had to wait for them to finish repairing the wall to get in the backup car. So less than 3 hours was in another car.
Well, that's what I was getting ready to ask.
Wow.
That was what I was getting ready to ask. Like getting back into the car. I mean, was it just slide on in there and get it done kind of deal, or was it a kind of a talk yourself into it?
No, actually, I'd been racing at that time a little over 20 years. And trust me, when I started racing, it's a lot more dangerous than it is today. A lot more dangerous.
Absolutely.
And I knew at that age, when I started that you could lose your life doing this. So I made my choice that time. Getting back in, I never even thought about it, As a matter of fact, and not many people know this, and it was kind of a misunderstanding. Michael Waldrop was in the infield care center when I got there because his wreck was so similar. Mm-hmm. And he had offered my brother-in-law his backup car for us to run. And my brother, he kind of didn't realize how this worked. And because, it had been good PR for Michael, and that's all he wanted. He wanted to help us out. And, it been good feather in his hat, too, which was great. But he chose to take another backup car, which wasn't near as good. And when I found out Michael offered us the car, I want to drive that car so bad. I forgot about the wreck. I was mad because he didn't take Michael's car.
I don't blame you.
That would have been the best race car I ever driven in my life in that series. So, I was upset about that, but it's just part of the way it works out. So, Michael and I laugh about it now, but I appreciate him to this day offering his car for us to run.
Wow. Yeah. Mike, I know your time is valuable, and we're gonna get you off here in just a second, but I got a statement and a question to ask you on the way out, just from me. The statement is, thank you for what you have done for the sport. I don't think people appreciate guys like you who are true racers and have stayed in this sport for a long time and have been there through and through, and are doing what you're doing, and to kind of be behind America's team, and kind of seeing a resurgence in Mike Harmon racing. I think it's awesome, and it's awesome for Wolfpack Racing to be a part of that, and we're so excited to see what's going to happen this year. But thank you for what you do and what you continue to do, because I know. And you've said earlier in this thing that sometimes you wonder why you keep coming back, but at the end of the day you keep it's for me. I'm a golfer, and it's like I can play 18 holes of golf, but if I have that one shot that makes me keep coming back, I could play 70, 80. I can break 100, just so everybody knows. But it's amazing what you've done. And so thank you for that. The second thing is, have you seen, how do you feel about the Alabama Crimson Tide winning the national championship on Monday night? Can I get a roll, Tide?
Well, I appreciate you recognizing what we've done, and it was from the heart. And trust me, I started with nothing. And I'm at zero. But there was no giving up. And I was no way I was going to change my mind. I tell everybody, if I could have been talked out of it, and trust me, she tried. Miss Harmon tried real hard to talk me out of doing this, but it didn't work, it's gratifying, when people recognize it. But as far as being from Alabama, I'm not a big football fan at all, but.
I just wanted to roll Tide, Mike.
I was proud of what they did. I like from the win. 7 championships in 13 years. You got to get some recognition out of that.
That's exactly right.
It's and I believe they could be had to pro teams right now. And I said I'm not a football guy, but I did watch every bit of the game the other night. And it was just amazing what they did. And, I believe they could have scored another 50 points if they had tried. So,
I agree. but truly, thank you for what you do, and thank you for what you continue to do for the sport. It's truly phenomenal, and you don't get enough credit for it. And we're excited to try to put that in the forefront, and I think we can.
Well, we appreciate y'all believing in us and coming on board, and just like you said, let's make America's team strong. Stronger every week.
Yeah, we're proud to be a part of that, and are excited. Just overall excited to get to spend time with you, and just be a part of this team. Like Kyle said, just thankful for the opportunity for 2021. I mean, we had Kyle on here last week, and I think to what Brandon pointed out, for him to say, when you told Kyle how he reminded you of you coming up, and he said it on Sirius XM, he said it on here, that it gave him goosebumps. He's so proud of that. And I think no matter whatever happens, Mike, I mean, absolutely being proud of 300 plus wins, but leaving a legacy no matter what in NASCAR, and having a young up and coming driver like a Kyle Weatherman and Bailey, and so many people that you've touched in this sport. And I can just say that I'm proud to be a part of Wolfpack, and damn proud to be a part of Mike Harmon Racing. And we're looking forward to what we're going to do this year. And we appreciate that.
We appreciate y'all. And then I've always said, when I get to where I have drivers, they're going to want it as bad as I wanted it. That's number one. And these two kids do. And they got the talent too.
Absolutely. Well, Mike, with that being said, man, we're going to let you go. We know you're a busy man. Got to get in bed tonight so you can get back up and start getting them cars ready for Daytona. We're going to be down there and excited to see what's going to happen. And
we can't let it leave without a should have gone to bed moment.
So we always so that's true. Every guest we have, the whole premise of this show is should have gone to bed, because three of us met on a night we should have gone to bed. It was about 11 o'clock at night, and we probably had a few too many cervezas or whatever we were drinking that night, and it ended up with a bunch of pizza in a hotel lobby. So do you have that one should have gone to bed moment that hits you right in the head when you think about it, Mike?
I wish it was just one.
Yeah. That's a good answer.
Hey, great. It's been a fun ride, So everything happens for a reason, right?
That's right.
That's right.
Awesome.
Good deal. Awesome, Mike. Well, we appreciate it, man. We look forward to spending some more time with you this year at the racetrack, and see you here in the near future down at the shop.
Thank you, man.
I appreciate it, Mike.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Mike. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. That was Mike Harmon with Mike Harmon Racing. We really appreciate him joining us tonight. We're excited about what's going to happen with Wolfpack Racing and Mike Harmon Racing this year, both Bailey and Kyle, the 74 and the 47.
What a good dude, man.
Dude, I mean, just great guy, man. I mean, he's a journeyman in the sport, like you said, Divers. I mean, he's done more for the sport than people give him recognition for.
I agree.
And I mean, those guys, you can always talk about the big money teams and the big names or whatever, but without guys like Mike Harmon, man, NASCAR would not be where it's at today. And unfortunately, they get overlooked for that. So just being a part of that, being a part of Mike Harmon Racing this year, I'm super excited for Kyle and for Bailey and what's going to happen this year. I'm super excited about what's going on with that. That's for sure.
Like getting to the fun thing we can do here, we should have gone to bed, is have these kind of personal interviews and ask some personal question stuff. But I mean, think about that. I've never driven a race car. I don't know a lot about it, but 300 wins. 300 wins, I don't care what level that's at, where you're doing it. That's absolutely incredible. And just from that time, I feel like Mike's a guy that I can't wait to get to the track and just sit down, when the cup cars are out and, we can have a drink or whatever. Just have, I could talk to him for hours.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine the stories inside of his head? How do you even ask a guy like that, where was your favorite track? What was your favorite win?
I know.
I mean, it's unbelievable to think about what he's done for the sport, as you guys both said too. But it's just unbelievable to get an opportunity to see and talk to someone like that. There's so much there.
Dude, talking about like him talking about that the super late model stuff he was running. I mean, that's crazy. Like the amount of traveling, the amount of tracks. I mean, the time they spent on the road, the time they spent fixing those cars. I mean, just the stories that go along with that, I think it is amazing. Let alone the getting into Busch Series and NASCAR and the wreck at Bristol and everything else that's come along with that. So yeah, I mean, just hearing those stories alone, I mean, it is amazing. I mean, there's so many questions I wanted to ask him, like, where'd you get started, dirt or asphalt?
I know.
I mean, there's so many, but I mean, we could literally talk to him all night. So.
Well, we'll have to have him back on too to get some fan interaction with it too. But I mean, just unbelievable with that, and just think of that 40. Like I was just breaking that down. Mike Harmon. I'm 39 years old, so Ray, we know you proved earlier that you're good with math, but 47 years, he's driven a car on a track every single year. And I mean, as Wolfpack, I mean, it motivated me to say, hey, I want to do whatever we can do to make sure that he's in a car again this year. I mean, like whatever, wherever it's got to be. But I mean, and I'm sure Mike's got race stuff he's going to do this year. But 47 years is an unbelievable amount of time to do something like that. It's just amazing. Amazing.
Yeah. And it all boils down to his passion for racing. I mean, it's not about making a check for him. It's not about, making a huge, PR name for himself. It's about racing. It's about turning those laps, about, winning, the competitiveness of it. So that guy it's amazing. So, well, good deal. So, well, to transition some here from the racing aspect of things, we can start talking about maybe some current events that have been going on this week. Any I know Andy,
I think this is where Diver's just ready for jokes.
Yeah, Diver's just ready for jokes.
This is where it's like, it's joke time coming up here pretty soon.
But I mean, with everything going on in our country and just the political realm of things, I was a little bit worried if Divers had got arrested for storming the Capitol the other day. I mean, you're pretty close up there. I didn't know if he had snuck off or snuck off.
Man, it's not my gig. I'm not interested in storming the Capitol. I think everybody has a breaking point, and I understand that people are upset. I don't think it warrants breaking into buildings and breaking into Senate chambers and House chambers, but at the same time there's a lot of aggression, and I hope is that we talk a lot about unity. I'm not sure that impeaching a president 6 days before the end of the before inauguration is going to make a whole lot of people that are already angry happier, and that is what it is. I think we just ought to let sleeping dogs lie and continue to try to find ways to just be happier as people, and we need that. All of us need happier things. You know what? Honestly, that last 30 minutes with a guy like Mike, man, that was good for my soul. I just thought that was pretty neat to sit there and talk to a guy that's been doing it for 47 years in a sport that has seen so many ups and downs and ebbs and flows. And that's the kind of stuff I want to be involved in. That's the kind of stuff I want to talk about and get my heart involved in, because I think that's what's going to break us out of this. Is we all need to find our passion, and Lord knows that NASCAR racing is Mike Harmon's passion. That is his gig, and that is what he loves. And I think he probably kind of fell out of love for it, or kind of fell out of love with it for a little bit. And then I think he got a taste of outrunning some teams when Kyle finished 8th last year. I think he said, "Hey, we can do a little bit better. We can outrun some of these teams." And so I think that's awesome. And I think we all need to find our love. And for me, this is part of it.
Yeah, I think we as a nation have to understand that we've been put against each other, as far as people groups, and not for any other reason other than for political gain by the people that are in office. I made the statement not too long ago that the people that are in Congress and Senate and in our government aren't supposed to be our leaders; they're supposed to be our representatives. And I think that's where we've got the twisted sense of where we're at today. But I agree with you wholeheartedly. I mean, I don't think that impeaching a sitting president 6 days in front of an inauguration is going to do anything but just piss more people off. And it doesn't do anything for unity. I mean, you can see just what people post. I mean, and then the crazy stuff. Like my mom gave me a call today and said, "Hey, what's going on?" Somebody called me and said I need to go to the grocery store and buy a bunch of food and stuff like this because on inauguration day, I'm like, oh my God, just chill out. There's so much stuff going on the internet. I love the quote the other day somebody put on Facebook. I think it said, "I'm glad all of my all of my friends have stopped being infectious disease specialists and now are constitutional lawyers." I mean, it's amazing how smart everybody is, right? But yeah, I mean, we're in a part of the nation, like you said, Divers. I think we need to find something that's going to unify us, not continually divide us. So,
yeah.
And I'm hoping that things are going to be changing here in the near future. So,
America's team. Hey, on a good news note, boys, I'm getting emails coming through. Tumblers are selling.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, I'll point that out again. So anybody that just joined us or didn't know, these tumblers are for sale on the Wolfpack USA Racing site. Again,
Racing USA.
Wolfpack Racing USA. Reading is not one of my highlights either.
But it's because he's from North Carolina.
The good news is, hey, when we set this up earlier, I was like, well, I haven't really done a lot of testing. I think the team did, but there's orders coming through, so we're donating some money.
It's a nice. I tell you what, it's a nice tumbler. This is my favorite one.
Yes,
it's distressed flag.
I agree.
And I'm not a sales guy. I'll be honest, I'm not. But this bad boy, even my wife was like, "Man, that's nice. Can I get one of those?" It's like, no, can't have that.
We're keeping them out I'm going. So we've already got money being donated here, so that's going to be a cool thing too. So I just was bringing it up, checking through emails as I was looking over here, going through a couple things. I saw a couple ding things come through. I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah. So for anybody that's just joined us, didn't see earlier, these are for sale on WolfpackRacingUSA.com. For every cup purchase, $10 will be donated to a first responders, military, or our charity. And we're going to work with like a local charity around the races, so Kyle can be a part of that. And
so Kyle's going to pick. I think Kyle's going to pick some of them. Mike will pick some of them. It'll be kind of up to them.
Yeah. So, but 5 of that's coming from Wolfpack Racing, and 5 of it's coming from our partner Big Frig, who's producing those cups for us, and so we're excited about all that. But just as a reminder, those are available on WolfpackRacingUSA.com, and you've got the option of the. I got it right.
Yeah, you drilled it.
Yeah, I drilled that one. I just got outbid on the grinder. 12-hour auctions. Let's see, a little bit more I want to pay. Yes, plug, but so now, so I guess we'll transition to Diver's favorite segment of the show.
It's really not my favorite segment.
Is it not your favorite segment?
No, I'm terrible. I'm 0 for 0.
You are 0 for 0, but I'll be totally honest with you.
No laughs. I mean, that's the good news is from last week's show, what we can all take away from this is that we don't have to worry about being the first guy to not get any laughs. And I feel really bad about Brandon, but he lifted his spirits back up by having the Tide win the championship. So, like, he's back, he's refreshed, he's good. Now, he did promise he was going to spend all week finding jokes. I don't know if he did or not.
Yeah, problem is I didn't spend all week. I spent all week catching up on sleep from not sleeping for that game.
So I told Ray when we were jumping on here, I had Mikey stayed over late and was taking off here right as we were getting ready to start the show. And Ray was saying bye to him. I said, Mike was here. He was pulling my jokes for me. So we're going to see if we got any laughs out of here.
How bad is it that Andy has people to pull his jokes for?
Well, that's ridiculous. See, I have to do my own. I got to do my own jokes. I'm my own guy.
Yeah.
Hey, I was working on some stuff that's probably going to be getting released about Wolfpack Racing here in the next couple of probably the next week and a half. So there'll be some good stuff coming out for everybody.
He'll get a pass for that one. We'll give him a pass on that. So I guess being that Divers, you are 0 for 0. We'll let you go first this week.
You got to explain.
I think that's ridiculous. I don't think I should go first.
So this is the Laugh Out Loud segment of the show, and basically, I don't know if you've seen it on YouTube or TikTok, but basically we tell jokes and try to get the other people to laugh, and we try not to laugh, and you get points if you make people laugh, and it's just a running tally here. And so far, I'm the winner.
So here's the deal. I thought it was just dad jokes, but now I understand that it's full jokes.
I did dad jokes last week too. It was
nobody ever said dad jokes. Y'all just said jokes.
No, I was into the dad joke thing.
Yeah.
But now that I know,
nobody ever said dad jokes. Y'all just
now that I know it's the whole realm is opened up. I mean, I don't know. I'm not really sure. We'll see.
So our champion goes last. Is that what we're finding out?
Yeah, the champion goes last.
So the worst guy goes first?
Yeah.
Apparently so, but it's
hard.
How
this goes?
Yep.
All right. I got to get a smile off my face to start this.
Okay.
All right.
All right, here we go. Why doesn't Stephen Hawking do stand-ups? Oh,
Don't know.
Boy, I just messed that up.
Yeah.
Can I start over?
Does it count as a laugh? Because that's the best joke I've heard. You already
Mark me
win.
down for one.
No, because
I'm
All
just
right.
here going, well, he can't stand up, so I think
I'm like, this is bad.
You should just mark me down for one. Can I get one there?
Nope, you got to try your joke again.
I'm not gonna win the joke now. I gotta find a whole new one. All right.
You doing this?
Look, before we'll give you a little bit of time. Kevin claps us. I sure hope the jokes are better.
I know, and it made me, and I screwed up I had a great one to start, but can we start with Andy?
No, I think we started with you.
We're starting.
I don't know why I have to start with me. I don't really know.
Well,
I think we should start with the champion.
No, it's the champion goes last.
You're first, Divers. Go to your second joke.
Well,
you can try your Stephen Hawking one at the end.
What?
Does that count? He said himself.
All right. So I guess we'll start with this.
No worries, we're not live.
All right. What do you call a cheap circumcision?
This is one of my jokes.
A ripoff.
I'm only doing 4 jokes because he Googled, found one of the ones that I had in there.
So I get 0 there.
Yeah, no laughs on that one.
Okay, all right, fine.
That was one of my jokes. All right. Is Google male or female?
Don't know.
Female. Can't even finish typing a sentence without getting suggestions.
Okay.
No.
All right. What did the hurricane say to the palm tree or the coconut tree? I'm sorry. Hold on to your nuts. This isn't going to be your normal blowjob.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Oh, we're going there. All right.
Why not? All right, Divers.
Okay.
See, he's not paying attention. He's just ruining this here.
He's searching for new. He's searching for new jokes.
I'm listening.
Anything we say. All right, Divers.
I'm listening.
It's your
Hang
turn.
on.
This is where
I know it is. Okay. Why isn't there a pregnant Barbie doll?
Because Ken came in the other box. Do I get points if I know the answers?
If he steals your thunder, that's just wrong.
Can't steal my thunder.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, you're literally Googling dirty jokes. I know this because I looked at them earlier today. So you're going to be in trouble on all of those.
You can't steal my jokes.
This is great.
Like, try to pre-read. Just read them in line then. That's where we got to be.
Okay, fine. All right.
Do you want another turn?
No, your turn.
All right. Where do you find a dog with no legs? Right where you left him.
No.
Yeah, this sucks. We need to have a fan segment. Let them tell jokes. I feel like these jokes are a lot funnier when we used to drink on this show. Just throwing that out there.
We didn't start telling these jokes when we were drinking on this show.
That's just true.
So the other day I was feeling down on myself because I, still single. So I asked Siri, I said, Siri, why am I single? And she turned on the front facing camera. No. See? Yeah.
Should have ended at the Mike Harmon interview.
True story. True story.
Just checked it off and like, all right, we done. We're gonna find a new segment because this one's fucking bad tonight.
Last week it was pretty good. This week,
yeah, last week I laughed. Right now, at least our commentary in between's funny. If divers can Google something here quick.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay.
This is the last one of this round, I think. I feel like this is flopping. I'd rather. Seriously, he's just reading them.
What comes after 69? A mouthwash.
I can't say. Didn't we say if you laugh at your own, you lose a point?
I think that was going to be a rule. I don't know. We didn't really make that a rule. Having sex on an elevator is wrong on so many levels.
I saw the joke. I saw that joke, so I think.
Well, you just gave him a point.
Hey, we got a point. We got one laugh out of this thing. That's fantastic.
Right. So is this the last one?
It should be.
All right.
Grace is alive.
So an old married couple were in church one Sunday when the woman turned to her husband and says, I just let out a really long silent fart. What should I do? The husband said, you should replace the battery in your hearing aid. No. Okay.
No.
No.
Not working. I had the last one of what did the elephant? This one, see if you guys know this one. So, what did the elephant say to the naked man?
How do you breathe out of that thing?
How do you breathe out of that
thing? Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Thanks for sticking with us for that. We'll never do that again.
I also could have used the one. You know why a man is the smartest he'll ever be while he's having sex?
Plugged into a genius.
He's plugged into a know-it-all.
Oh, a know-it-all. That's even better. I like that.
Yeah. I think
right.
They're dropping like flies. Look, I mean, this says it all.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
We're gonna have to.
Hey, Kevin,
we're gonna have
when you
to
come by the office
redo.
tomorrow, can you bring some jokes in for next week? So far, my best joke was the one that my 8-year-old daughter told me. So
We're gonna have to come to a. We're gonna have to do some strategic planning here.
Yeah, we'll have a strategic meeting.
All right, guys.
Is this our humor level when we're sober?
I think so.
Wow.
But I'm scared that, who knows what we're going to do if we drink again and tell these jokes, because I'm pretty sure they're not going to stay as clean as what they have been. Probably not. So
we have to find a way to make a drinking game out of this or something. I don't know.
No doubt. All right, guys. Well, we thank everybody for tuning in with us tonight. Thanks to Mike Harmon for joining us and Kyle Weatherman for joining us tonight on through the chats. And we look forward to seeing you guys next week. Stay tuned. We're working on some more guests to come in and have some conversations with. And we'll see you next time, same channel. Appreciate it.
Everybody. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.